chance to look it over.
Sure, Your Honor. So, and this gets to the point that was kind of being made that we should...
Sir, you told us we can trust you. Like, literally, you stood up and that was the first thing you said. And now you're saying we shouldn't trust you guys with this information because we don't know what y'all to do with it. Boy, you done lost your damn mind.
Have that information, we are not going to be able to be effective attorneys for Mr. Kohberger.
Y'all remember what we was talking about, right?
If you were to take a DNA test of Ancestry and want to upload to GEDmatch, when you input that file, it's going to ask you, do you consent to law enforcement matching? And if you hit no, and I am working violent crime non-DOE case, I should not be able to see that you are a match to my unknown DNA contributor.
You said should not.
Should not.
Does it happen anyway?
It does.
Until what's going on, man? Listen, guys, shout out to y'all, man, for everything. Let me just say that so I don't ramble, man. Shout out to you for everything. So if you know me by now, most of y'all are regulars, you know what I'm talking about. Listen, this is not a platform. If you're new here, you gotta know this. If you've been here, you know this. You ain't gotta agree with me, man. If it's trash, it's trash. If you don't agree, you don't agree. I don't mind any of those things. I'm really grateful that everybody is respectful, even when they disagree. I love that because that's how I move. But I'm saying that because I gotta say this, man. I feel like the last video was kinda, I'm being honest with you, man, and that's the mean way to say it. Let me say it in a more clear way that might be a little bit more nice. I feel like I cheated y'all in the last video, man. I really do. When I was producing it, when I was putting it out, I'm like, yo, about that last video. And the reason is because I spent 30 minutes not getting to the point. But I told y'all there's a part 2. So let's get to the point.
Correct, Your Honor. So what I was indicating there is that we do not have them in our possession. So we've been in contact with the FBI, and they've told us these things exist, but we don't have them. We don't. The state, the Idaho State Police, the Moscow Police Department, all entities of the state, we do not have that. We do not have possession of, for example, the family tree.
Well, what's the harm of getting that information to the defense and with some kind of protective order that they can't share that anywhere and they're going to keep it confidential, but they get a chance to look it over?
Sure, Your Honor. So, and this gets to the point that was kind of being made that we should assume that something bad happened because we're fighting this, but that loses sight of the fact that what the state's interest is here is in protecting the private information of the hundreds of innocent civilians on that family tree. Now, I get your point, Your Honor, that why don't we use a protective order and limit that? Well, does that help? Of course it does. But any time that you increase the number of people that have access to this information, it increases the chances that it will be inadvertently disclosed. So we don't have it currently. The defense obviously doesn't, or we wouldn't be here. If the court were to order it, if the FBI were to agree to provide it to us, you now have everyone on the state's team with access to that information, along with everyone on the defense with access to that information. And for what? That's the question here, right? What does it matter? And that question is still lingering. Why take that risk here for something that is not relevant to trial?
Boy, you funny. Not relevant to who?
But here come Gabby V. And I said, well, damn it, I need it, because the lady get on stand and I'm watching it, but the video I'm watching, it skips the part where she introduces herself, but in my mind, I'm knowing it's Gabby V. So now I got to find another video, and it's in the suggested. I didn't even know it was there. That's just how God works. Another video was in the suggested video, so I said, oh, there it go right there. Let me see if this has, when she walks to the stand and says her name, and it did, and she did, affirm that she was Gabby V. And I'm like, well, I'm being real, guys. You can unsubscribe, don't like me or whatever. I'm like, man, what in the hell is this? What is this? Because the lady sitting up there looking like a drug addict. And I'm not dissing her now. I'm going to explain everything I'm saying. But it looked like she missing teeth. It looked like she just rolled out of bed and forgot she had to be at a hearing as a witness and ran there. I'm like, what in the hell is this? And then she starts talking. And one of the first questions Ann Taylor asks her is, when did you graduate? And she's like, I really don't even remember. It might have been 2010 or something. I'm like, man, what in the hell is this?
Vargas, V-A-R-G-A-S.
I'm going to ask you a question and then come back to it in a minute. What kind of work do you currently do?
I am an investigative genetic genealogist and also a woodworker.
Woodworking sounds really interesting. I think we're going to focus on your investigative genetic genealogy today. But before we talk about your work history, I want to know a little bit more about your educational background. After high school, did you have more formal education?
I did. I went on to the College of San Mateo and received a degree and certificate in administration of justice and post-certification. And then I went on to San Jose State University and studied criminology and with a minor in sociology.
Did you graduate?
I did.
And was that with a bachelor's degree?
It was.
What year was that?
What year were we in? I want to say 2010, maybe?
During your
Not,
college?
I don't remember.
Has it been a few years since you graduated?
It's been quite a few years.
But boy, Ann Taylor is good, bro. Ann Taylor is very, very good, man. So let me try to run through this so I'm not here long, man. Long story short, man, Gabby V ain't went to school. She ain't did none of that. Gabby V, if I remember correctly, she got in an accident or something. She got, she had a disease and her insurance wouldn't pay for it. So long story short, she had to end up doing the legwork herself, which she did. And during that process, she found out that her father wasn't her real father. So now she got to go and find her real father. And so that's one way that she walked through the door, genetic genealogy. And then it's just on the job training how this lady got here, and it ended up with her not only starting her own business, but two of the businesses, or at least one of them that she was working for and working with in the beginning when she got involved in this, they didn't want her to go. So what they ended up doing was contracting with her that she would come back and teach the people that were coming into their service, man. It was just wonderful, bro. It was just wonderful. And she ended up being the one to tell us, one of the ones to tell us that the back doors exist, that there have been cases, where the law enforcement have violated the terms and service to get the information that they needed or that they were looking for, guys. But that wasn't the bombshell for me. I'm listening to this part now. I'm in the shower. I'm telling y'all my personal business, man. I got the phone hooked up to the Bluetooth. I forgot to tell y'all that part. I even hooked the phone up to, not the Bluetooth headsets, like the Bluetooth you got in your house or whatever. So I'm listening, and it occurs to me, man. Oh, man, I don't even know how to communicate with you guys how sharp Ann Taylor is, man. Ann Taylor didn't just go and get a damn expert, man. Ann Taylor didn't just go and get someone who is very believable, because even when Gabby V is telling us these things on the stand, and this might be what we're going to see from Dylan and Bethany, because I can't tell y'all that this wasn't rehearsed. I can't tell y'all that this was, but damn it, either this lady is very sincere or she's a good actor. Ann Taylor is asking her, hey man, well tell us about the loopholes in the system. And obviously that's not how Ann said it, but Gabby V pauses. She's like, damn, I don't even want to snitch on my people, but I got to tell the court, that's why I'm here. And then she gives the information. So the way that she's expressing herself and expressing the things that she is expressing, it just comes off as very damn sincere. But the kicker for me was this right here. In a trial, what you want to do with every expert the opponent presents. So when the defense presents an expert, the prosecution wants to discredit, if not totally the expert, at least the key things that they're saying are some of them, and vice versa. When the prosecution presents an expert, the defense wants to discredit, if not totally that expert and the key things they're saying, their total presentation. That's what you want to do. I just wish I could tell y'all this how it occurred to me in that epiphany last night. There is nothing, and I don't even think, he might have mentioned her, the prosecution's lawyer, when he got up, but there is nothing the prosecution can do to discredit Gabby V. Because if they do, what they essentially are telling us is that we can't trust law enforcement's process of getting genetic information, because this witness, Miss Gabby V, who also had never testified in a court hearing according to her, so either she's telling the truth or she just committed perjury, which will be easy to find out. This witness works for law enforcement. She's never worked for a defense before. This is the lady that law enforcement calls when they want to get their genetic information. Listen to me say that again, because I can't say it how it occurred to me last night. And Taylor went and got the expert that law enforcement use when they want to get genetic information. How the hell do you discredit that without telling us we can't trust you? My God, this lady is fire, bro. This lady is fire. I got your person on my side, bro. This lady was on your docket to show up, and I'm exaggerating here because obviously she wasn't, but I'm just making a point here. This is your people. I went and got your homegirl to tell me, yo, bro, how they be doing it ain't on point. They be doing it in the wrong way. Now, that might have been a reason that she was hesitating too. Take this into account. This is occurring to me while I'm making this video. This lady got on that stand and told the damn truth with the threat that she may now lose money out of her pocket. This is what this lady does for a living. Police call her, they contract her to go over this genetic information and get them the leads that they want. This is what she does for a living. But she got on the stand and told the people, told us, told the court, told the world that the police be backdooring information in these systems. Now, she didn't necessarily say the police she works for does that, because then she would have been, incriminating herself as well. But she said she has factual information that they do this. Along with all of the other stuff that she said, man. It's all kind of backed up stuff going on with these systems. Basically, she's telling us the potential for human error and for them to just be wrong is there, right?
And she crossed the thin blue line to do it, which is no small thing at all.
For me, guys, to just sit there and realize that Ann Taylor had went and got the law enforcement's partner, I'm from the South, y'all know I'm from Georgia, to say what she needed to be said, not because she needed it to be said, because it was the truth. There is no better verification. You hear me talk about credibility all of the time. Experts will get on the stand and say anything. Scientists agree with whoever pays them the most. She went and got somebody that had everything to lose by getting on the stand and telling the truth, and that person got on the stand and told the truth. If that doesn't testify to you while she's playing chess, while the prosecution is over here playing checkers, man, I don't know what will. I could make a whole damn video about Gabby V. I'm not even going to look at the clock because I don't know how deep I'm in yet. So let me just go over these notes and then we can get out of here, guys. I was so damn impressed with it, among other things that went on in this trial, man. This hearing, bro. Ann Taylor is thinking like 6, 7 steps. Because for me, guys, I've never trusted any of this stuff. I don't trust water to get wet. I don't trust the sky to get blue. You got to be credible to me. Going to school don't make you credible. Getting a degree or certificate don't make you credible to me. Having your information and your experience and your education and intelligence be successful in life 1 or 2 or 3 times, okay, that makes you credible, but I'm telling you, I'm still going to question you every time. When your partner, when your homeboy and your homegirl that you love and they love you, and I know they do, y'all done watch y'all rock, when they come and tell me something about you, I can trust it. That's just the bottom line. I can trust it. And if I can't, I'm going to get the information that, hey, something happened between y'all and so they on some snake stuff. So if I ain't got no information to believe that they on some snake stuff, I can trust what they're saying, and that's what Ann Taylor did. She went and got somebody that is affiliated with law enforcement, that gets paid from them to say, hey, man, you have to question what they're doing. That's just the bottom line. There's no way around it. You need to question what they're doing. I can give you documented existing experiences of why you need to question what they're doing. And if you don't have the information, there's no way for you to do that. So what they're asking, she's talking to the judge now, the defense is asking for the information that they need to be able to effectively question what law enforcement and the government has done in this case. Yes, I work with y'all, and I'm telling y'all that. That's all the credibility you need from me. All right. John Judge, man, I love this judge. I hope he will be the trial judge. Obviously, I have no way of knowing that. He upset me at the end because he asked Ann Taylor's homegirl, who was standing up giving the closing arguments, he was like, what will having this information change? And I was like, what do you mean? Because I asked the same damn question and I had to remind myself of that. But the way he asked it is like he hadn't considered that it could change. I'm asking saying, hey man, this could change a lot. He asked in the sense that this is how I took it. It doesn't mean it's necessarily how he meant it. He had no idea, you know what I mean, what it could change. And I'm probably exaggerating now. He's a judge. He has more legal experience than me. He probably has every idea what it could change. And this is one reason I love him and I say he's straight. He's on nobody's side.
Breaker, 1, 2, 1, 2. But y'all went off on Judge John ass. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I still see a very fair judge, but what y'all said in the comment sections about him in that last video did raise some red flags that I wasn't considering. I'm still saying I see a very fair judge who's trying to balance the trial, the hearings. But damn, y'all don't like homie no more, right? I'm watching him. I ain't really where y'all at with it, but I'm watching him.
He asked Ann Taylor's team the same inquisitive questions that he asked the prosecution. He made me feel better about a lot of things because I didn't understand everything that was going on and was being said. Remember, I told you, I'm listening at a point. I started listening like I was a juror. It's okay if I don't understand. That's why you ask questions. I had an advantage that the jurors don't have. When I didn't understand or hear certain things, I just rewinded the video back. Some of this video I said I listened to 3 or 4 hours, but you can literally add another 45 minutes to an hour to that because I rewinded it back a bunch of times to make sure I heard what was said, to make sure I understood what was said as well as possible. And the judge did that as well. He asked questions. He was like, yo, I don't understand, or I want to make sure I understand. And that's what I love about this guy. He's not on anyone's side. He's there for justice. If it makes sense for justice, then that's what he's going to go to. Now, initially I said, yo, he's going to grant this motion for the defense. I was confident then. I'm not as confident now, but I'm still more confident that he's going to grant it than I think he's not going to grant it. There are reasons for that. It just makes sense. I can't believe that we're even having this discussion. The prosecution did bring up some good points. I'm going to get to that if I don't forget. But at the end of the day, this is a death penalty case. You're trying to shoot this man to death just because that's one of the options in Idaho. They do need to know things like how you got this information. Now, I'm going to reiterate this question. If they got the information in wrong ways, but it still points to Bryan, I'm asking you, the listener, does that change anything for you? Ann Taylor just wants to drive home the point that 3 other sets of DNA exist. I love her for this. I'm getting back to Ann Taylor being sharp. Early on, Ann Taylor brought this up before the hearing actually got started. I mean, before she started introducing witnesses. Sips water. I went to get some food. They didn't have any. Ann Taylor brought up the DNA again. Bill himself stood up and said, damn it, I'm tired of this. Bill, you got emotional like a woman in the courtroom. What in the hell wrong with you, bro? You can't be doing that. Ann Taylor, I don't think she even got out of her seat the whole damn hearing. You stood up and everybody was like, you need to calm your ass down, even the judge. Judge, we already told her we don't got it. We know y'all don't got it. Your homeboy said the FBI got it. What's the problem? Why you don't want to give it to her? You made the argument, sir. Mr. Bill Thompson, your homeboy, at the end, your re-argument to Ann Taylor's team argument was the same argument Ann Taylor is making. We want to know what y'all did with it. So we need to see it. Well, we don't want all of the people having the information. Well, damn it, we think y'all got information y'all weren't supposed to have because all of the people ain't supposed to have it. You making the re-argument to our argument that we think y'all did to get info. It don't work like that, homeboy. Let me say that because I know I said a lot that maybe I don't understand. The state's lawyer got up and said, we don't want everybody having access to information that they may not need access to. May not need access to, because if the state get it and the defense get it, then everybody got access to people's personal information that they may not want people, the state and defense to have. And Taylor's argument is, maybe y'all went and got some information that y'all weren't supposed to have. But sir, once again, you told us in your opening statement when you argued against Ann Taylor's team's argument that, damn it, you offended because Ann Taylor and her team are setting forth the notion that we can't trust you. But then you're going to turn around and tell us that maybe we can't trust you? Or am I high? Y'all know at some point in the video I'm going to ask this. Do you understand what I'm saying here when this man stood up and said, well, if we get the information from the federal government and hand it over to the defense, that means our people got it and they people got it. I done said this like 5 times. Sir, you told us we could trust y'all. What the hell is wrong with y'all having the information? I don't get it. Let me get back to what I was saying. Bill Thompson, you got mad as hell because Ann Taylor said, hey, man, we need these 3 DNA. Man, you playing checkers, man. This woman kicking your ass. I said that like Chris Rock. Is that his name? Not Chris Rock, the other Chris from Friday. Chris
Tucker, man. Chris Tucker. Shaking my head.
whatever his name is. She kicking your ass, boy. This lady is embarrassing you, family. You not paying attention to what's going on. She's playing chess and you playing checkers, homie. Now, do Ann Taylor want those 3 DNA evidence specimens uploaded to the system and check? I'm pretty damn sure she do. Who in their right mind wouldn't? It's 4 murders. You accusing the man I'm representing, but it's 3 other specimens of 2 of them male and the other one, I don't know. At least 2 of them male. Y'all got me confused about that, but Ann Taylor said 3, so I trust Ann. I told y'all in my mind she my girlfriend. No disrespect to her husband if she got one. But it's at least 3 because my fake girlfriend said it. So of course we want to. This means 3 other people maybe, and 3 people killing 4 people and getting away with it the way this crime happened sound a lot more believable than 1. So of course we wanted to examine, sir, but you still playing checkers and she playing chess on your ass because you got up and said she already know we don't have this. You're the one that said it wasn't uploaded because it doesn't fit the criteria to be uploaded. Well, damn it, that's another reason that they need this information, sir. Your experts, your people are saying it doesn't fit the criteria. Give it to her. Maybe they already got it and I missed that part. Let her people decide that too. You want to decide that, damn it, that's what y'all want to happen in this case. Y'all want to decide everything and tell everybody from the defense to the public, we supposed to take y'all word for it. Sir, you still getting your ass kicked because Ann Taylor's playing chess while you playing checkers. Let me tell you why I keep saying that, sir. Do you really believe that the only reason Ann Taylor's team keeps bringing that up because they brought it up again at the end of the hearing after you had already said it and y'all had to stand up and say it again? Your homegirl, Miss Jennings, stood up and said it. Judge, we already went over that. We already said that we'll check back with the labs and ask them about this, but she's bringing it up again. Do you checker playing people really think Ann Taylor keep bringing that up only because she wants it? No, Negro. She's cementing it into all of our minds that there are 3 other DNA profiles at the damn scene. This woman ain't no damn joke, bro. It's chess, not checkers, man. I ain't editing this video. I always say I ain't editing, and then I go back and edit out the slips and stuff. Man, listen, bro. This lady is so damn sharp. Do I need to reiterate what I said about Gabby V, how she got they homegirl to tell them, hey, man, you need to check what my people doing, because I'm telling you, they be doing some stuff that they ain't got no business doing. So, yeah, I know that's my people, but I got to keep it real. She already got your partner to snitch on you. And now she just play. You ain't even realized that one reason that this. And I don't know Ann Taylor. I ain't had no talks with my fake girlfriend. But damn it, I'm just trying to tell you what makes sense in my mind, especially as sharp as I've seen this woman to be. She ain't no damn fool, bro. She ain't just keep bringing up these damn other DNA profiles because she want them tested. She's bringing them up because she want them tested. And just in case she don't get what she want to cement it in the mind of any potential jurors that they trying to say my client did it alone, but they got 3 other DNA damn profiles that they ain't even tested. And if I'm a juror, I told you, I'm looking at this like, well, what in the hell make you think I'm finna send this man to prison when y'all got 3 other potential suspects that y'all won't even look at? Are you high? Boy, this got me wanting to curse because the stupidity of even the idea. You think I'm about to send this man, I said prison. You think I'm about to send this man to stand in front of bullets to one of them kill him when you got 3 other people that you won't even look at? Are you high? You gotta be. You gotta be. And Ann ain't no damn fool, so whether she gets it or not, she's cementing that in the mind of any potential jurors in the public. They got 3 other people, they won't even look at y'all. She might well stand up and say it. Because damn it, that's what she doing. She keep bringing it up, even though y'all keep saying, nah, we gonna get to it. Y'all ain't gonna get to it. Y'all on some BS. That's why y'all didn't upload it. And then check it out. We want to know why, too. Y'all ain't slick. Y'all might be the lawyers, but we the logic. You done lost your damn mind. We ain't got to understand all that legalese to know you on some BS. Why didn't you at least? You should want to check unless you know you done messed up and you don't want to admit you messed up. Somebody said that in my YouTube comment section. One of them guys, I wish I remembered his name, the prosecution just had to drop the case on him. Not necessarily because they think he's not guilty. They just can't prove it. And they had to swallow their pride and do it. Is that what you guys don't want to do, Mr. Bill? I'm giving you some respect here. Or are you literally going out of your way to cover for somebody down there in Lata or whatever the hell you say, Moscow, Idaho? What's going on here? Either way, your ass is, you not, sir, somebody in my comment sections also said maybe you suffering from some physical or mental incapacities. This is no joke here. I don't play about that. I'm not trying to clown them. We all human. That could happen to any of us. I don't know if it's true. They said it might be. What's going on, sir? Because this woman is kicking your posterior all over the courtroom. I don't even think you realize the way you got upset. She's not just bringing this up because she wants the information. She definitely wants the information. Why wouldn't she? But she's also bringing it up to cement it in the mind of the public and any potential jurors. They got 3 other possible suspects that they won't even look at. This lady is sharp as hell, man. And that's what I meant when I said I would not be surprised if the state tries to get that suppressed and not being able to be mentioned during the real trial. What juror in their right mind is going to convict somebody when you know there are potentially 3 other suspects? I would not be surprised if they try to get that information of the other 3 DNA profiles suppressed in trial, because that is a huge hurdle for them to cover. Even they already got 1,000. They ain't even. When are you going to present your case? If you follow me on Twitter, you seen me make that meme. When are you going to? Because y'all, we ain't seen nothing, man. And Taylor on y'all ass, man. I said Bryan is relaxed around, and he walked into the courtroom one time and he was looking around, and then you could see when he got around Ann Taylor, he relaxed. I mean, you could visibly see his body relax and everything. And the reason, I think he even smiled big. And the reason I say that is because it just speaks to the comfortableness that Ann Taylor gives damn near everybody, man. I said this in the comment section, guys, and somebody else agreed with me. We don't necessarily trust the other people involved in this case, including Bryan, as much as we just trust Ann Taylor, because credibility. You're going to hear me say that a lot. She's proven herself to be credible, man. I got to get through this because I do see the time, and I don't want to just make no crazy long video. I already talked about how Bill stood up and said the 3 other DNA samples don't meet the criteria. Well, sir, we don't need to take your word for that. We need to be able to find out ourselves. I do want to point to the fact, guys, that, and defense pointed to this whole genealogy or whatever it's called that I always mispronounce, guys, this is very new. I think they said it came around. The defense experts keep saying it's like 2018 or something, guys. And then they talked about how teeth bites and marks were once a reliable thing. And I've mentioned this in my video, guys. There are many investigative tools, man, that they would just swear by, that now they just look at and say, nah, we're not going to use this, man, because it's not as reliable as we were once told. That's why I don't need to go through all of this. I don't need to read these motions from experts and stuff. I just naturally know, man, that if humans are involved, the possibility for it to be fallible is huge, man, and that needs to be considered. So we need to examine every aspect of this. That's just logical to me. It makes sense. I don't need no expert to tell me that. I'm not an expert, guys. I'm an expert human, I guess, if you want to say it like that. I've lived life enough to know that if we are involved, then the opportunity for it to be fail-safe is there. It's there. And I probably didn't say that right. We need to make sure that it's fail-safe because humans are involved, so it's not naturally fail-safe. That's just the bottom line, man. I'm at the end of my notes, so we are going to be able to get out of here, man. Let me look at the second set of notes. I already went over Ann Taylor being fired. I think, once again, if you just look at these hearings, if you watched all of it, you will see that this is Ann Taylor. The prosecution, this is what they want. They want the defense to present all of their case so they can look at it and say, yo, this is how we can respond to it. And Ann Taylor is willing to do that in certain scenarios like she did here. But if Ann Taylor is giving them her case and information, best believe me, she's no fool. There's a purpose to it and it's well thought out. So they're not winning anything there, because when she knows it's not beneficial to her case and what she's trying to accomplish, she's not going to give them anything that the judge doesn't make them give her, man.
Make her give them. Of course I meant.
And just finally, man, I want to reiterate what I said. They gotta prove it's his DNA. Some of you guys already think they have. I don't like. Is that his DNA that they put through the test? Is that his DNA that they finally came back with and said is his DNA? I'm just gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say that it is. Does that mean that DNA was on that knife sheath that didn't kill anybody, that we still don't know belongs to him? You may be sold on the fact that it is. I'm not, man. You know what I mean? But let me give you that is his DNA. It doesn't prove he murdered 4 people. It doesn't prove that's his knife sheath. Let's give you the fact that that's his knife sheath. It doesn't prove he murdered 4 people. It doesn't prove he put the knife sheath there. It doesn't prove the knife sheath was even there when the murders were committed. None of that is proven. They got to prove it legally, man. I don't know what the answer for me to that question is if they didn't get this information legally and it still leads back to Bryan. If he's still guilty and they obtained the information illegally, I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. 4 people were murdered, man. We're gonna laws change because they need to be changed. You know what I mean? Rules and regulations change because they need to be changed. This was good for a particular time. It wasn't good here. I just got to be straightforward and honest with you. It don't have to be Bryan. If you're guilty of something horrendous and we had to find that out in the wrong ways, I can't really say, and I know I'm contradicting myself because a lot of times I say I'm black and white. That needs to be addressed, but I wouldn't say don't do it again. If I got to break a few rules to get a murderer or murderers off the street, I'm sorry, guys. I'm probably gonna look the other way. I might be like, yo, man, be a little slick about it next time so we don't see it or something. But I'm not gonna say don't do it because we're talking about murder and horrendous crimes. So,
I know what I just said there. I am a constitutionalist, and I realize we're talking about violations of constitutional rights and such. But I'm just telling you how I feel about it, guys.
and at the end of the day, guys, they gotta prove all of this little bit of circumstantial evidence that they have means that Bryan murdered 4 people. The bottom line is that they don't have a case, man, and they know that. That's why they don't want to give up this evidence. That's why they don't want the defense to get a hold of how they even came to these conclusions. The judge asked the state's lawyer specifically, did this DNA lead to any warrants? Did it lead to the arrest at all? I think he said the Bryan's DNA. Or the spit or something. He said something very specific. If you listen to him, I can't remember. He asked the state a question, and the guy said, hold on, I think I answered this. Let me confer. He went to his table, his team, and then he came back and he said, no, it led to no arrest. If you listen to that part of the hearing, guys, if you go back and listen to it, I think there was some, finagling going on there because the judge asked a specific question, but he answered, the state's lawyer answered in a way where he could say, I didn't lie, but I didn't tell the truth either. Because it's hard for me to believe that DNA didn't lead to any arrest or warrants or anything like that. It's hard for me to believe, and I could be wrong. I'm going to say that. Do I think that they need to give up the information about this DNA and how they got it and how it went through the process that we've heard all these experts testify to? There's so much going on. There's so much potential for human error, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, it's a death penalty case, guys. I would say it in a damn regular case where you're talking about sending somebody to prison. How do you not? It seems to be an argument that sometimes they don't have to give up this information. That makes no sense to me. You're trying to take somebody off the streets away from their family. If you've done nothing wrong, why wouldn't you give up the information, man? I don't want to hear about protecting people's personal information. This is somebody's personal life. And finally, let me say this, guys. If I got nothing from this hearing, praise God, I didn't forget to say this. Giving people your DNA in the world that we live in, where we already know the government is spying on us, and I'm no damn conspiracy theory, spy on me. Theorists, I always say theory when I'm supposed to say theorist. I'm no conspiracy theorist. Spy on me. I have nothing to hide. But damn it, at the same time, bro, if it's my business, I don't need you sneaking and getting it. That's just the bottom line. I'm a very private person. It offends me when people sneaking and get my private business. When, damn it, give me the respect of asking me and let me decide for myself. I don't think you should be giving these people your DNA. I don't give no damn. It's scary to me. You see what they're saying they're doing with it, and to put the hammer to the nail there, even Judge John said it at the end of the hearing. He said, I think what this says to all of us is you might want to be a little careful about giving your DNA to these private people, these private companies, these sources and stuff, these public companies. Just be careful about, that's your DNA. You're giving up your information to people. They're putting it in a database that they're saying that they can protect. And we're already seeing, man, in this very new DNA process that they're not protecting it. I'm not even blaming them for it. They're humans. There's going to be human error there. But through human error, and probably in some cases ill will, and in other cases no ill will, your personal information, very important personal information, is being availed to people who shouldn't have it, and ain't no telling what they can do with it. This to me is akin to saying never talk to cops. If you in a situation with a cop to ask for your lawyer, never give up your DNA. I would damn near say without a lawyer present. I ain't nowhere in hell after just saying we ain't even got nowhere near the trial and all the other hearings and testimonies that we're gonna get in here. And just this little bit has convinced me that boy ain't nowhere in hell I'm giving up my DNA, man. Y'all done lost y'all damn mind. It would literally have to be a life and death situation for someone I love, man. Other than that, y'all are crazy. I done said a lot. The video is long. Let me know what you think. Innocent until.
and this gets to the point that was kind of being made that we should assume that something bad happened because we're fighting this. But that loses sight of the fact that what the state's interest is here is in protecting the private information of the hundreds of innocent civilians on that family tree. Now, I get your point, Your Honor, that why don't we use a protective order and limit that? Well, does that help? Of course it does. But any time that you increase the number of people that have access to this information, it increases the chances that it will be inadvertently disclosed. So we don't have it currently. The defense obviously doesn't, or we wouldn't be here. If the court were to order it, if the FBI were to agree to provide it to us, you now have everyone on the state's team with access to that information, along with everyone on the defense with access to that information. And for what? That's the question here, right? What does it matter? And that question is still lingering. Why take that risk here for something that is not relevant to trial?
Really, with Steve Mercer, we probably pretty much could have put him on the stand and end it right there. Because it's crystal clear with his testimony that it is a minimum standard for this team to have this discovery in order to do our work. This discovery allows us to investigate the reliability of evidence. It allows us to make determination about what experts we need to hire. It allows us to make decisions about how we might cross-examine this evidence, how we're going to confront this evidence.
I just got to hug a lady in the grocery store, y'all. Oh my God, y'all hear me talk about my grandmas a lot, right? I'm telling you, one, my spirit, it made my day. I went in the grocery store kind of sad for the point that I'm going to end on after this. And then I came out more excited. My spirit was warm. So what happened is I'm standing in line to buy my food, right? I can't cook. I'm always buying food. Pray for me. I know that made some of y'all feel sad. It don't feel sad for me. I be eating. But yeah, so they got food, whatever they got. I'm not paying any attention to them. I'm actually responding to YouTube comments. I'm working. I got to politic with my people. Y'all come in. We going back and forth. We doing what we doing. So I can't just leave y'all hanging. I be making the content working. You know, I'm trying to get anybody want to be a secretary for free, man? I need a free secretary. I know, I'm just joking. Y'all got to know when my sense of humor kicks in. But I'm doing all of that, but they're paying for their food. And I see the guy now. You know, I'm not one track. So the cashier, he's like, yo, you got 68 cents. And I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but long story short, they had given him a $20 bill. I thought when I initially heard it, the cashier will ask you, hey, you know, instead of breaking down, you know, and giving you change, if you got 10 cents or 11 cents or whatever, so he can just give you bills. I thought that's what he was asking. He wasn't. Their bill was actually $20.68, but they had only given him $20. But he asked him a few times, and by then I'm tuned in, you know what I mean? And I'm like, don't worry about it, mama, I got it. You know what I mean? I call people mama. That's what I do. If you're 20 years old, I call you mama. We from the South. If you're from the South, you understand. Call you auntie. We'll call you sis, whatever. So I said, don't worry about it. It's an older lady. She probably would have been like 70 or 80 or something. I'm just guessing. And then I guess the lady with her, we're just going to call her daughter. She might have been like 50 or 60 or something. I don't know. But I said, don't worry about it, mama. I got it. Then I move. By the time I move around to get to the register, because I ain't got nothing but my card, but I know he could take their 20 and I could swipe the rest of it. Damn it, I was about to pay for all of it. He already had their 20 in their hand, in his hand. The younger lady was pulling out her little, you know, the little small pouch purse thing you ladies carry. I guess it keeps your, I don't know what the hell y'all got in there, but I be seeing change come out of it and whatever else. She was pulling the money out, so they had it. So anyway, they paid for their food and they drove, you know, they pushed their buggy off. And then the older lady, she looked back and she said, thank you, you know, with a little sweet voice and face. And I just, because it was true, I said, man, I want to hug you. And she said, you want to hug me? And I said, hell yeah, because I did. And I hugged her, man. It just made me so happy, man. It just reminded me of my grandmother's, man.